One of the most important things in soap opera acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.
Hi, it's me, it's JSP, and today on Acting is Reacting, well, it's time for our second random foreplay. This is where I select either an album or an artist, or in this case, a playlist, and we listen to the first 4 songs that are randomly generated by iTunes for our joint listening pleasure, hopefully. So today's a fun one, and again, the word hopefully is one I use quite often in these things because I don't know. But we're continuing to celebrate the new year, and that is 2024 for those of you watching from the future. Welcome. So here's one I prepared earlier. I've generated a playlist of all the songs in my iTunes library that have been listened to precisely 24 times. So we've got 291 of them in total, and we're just going to listen to the first 4 that come up. So hopefully it'll select some good ones. I can't promise that will happen, but that's half fun, at least for me. So by the time this is actually up on YouTube, I'll obviously know what's been played, so depending on how I list the video, this might not be quite as surprising for you as it is for me, but you can probably avoid the worst of the spoilers if you're careful and want to just play along and find out what happens as I do. And I can promise this is a 100% genuine as it happens scenario. Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. Going in, I'm intending to keep this as one video. But as we saw with my first foreplay with the Stephen Stills box set, there's always a chance we'll get a long song or 2 in here, in which case I'll split it into 2 parts or up to 4 parts if we get Tales of Topographic Oceans in 4 bits. I can actually assure you that that is impossible, but you get my drift. Okay, let's hit play and see what 4 songs will be today's special 24 random foreplay. Here we go. Song 1.
Today's a perfect day, so spend.
This is one you probably haven't heard. It's
The sun is high, the wind
from an album I talked about in my first video. This is Braide Association, DBA, and the song is Today from the Halcyon Hymns album in 2021. And as I said on the other video, it's gorgeous. The whole feel of the song and this whole album, you can tell it just from the wonderful Roger Dean cover art. It really is. The album cover looks how the sound of the album is. It's kind of a fond reminiscence of a summer that's in the distant memory that's very evocative and utterly pleasing.
You've got my back, I got yours. Why would we ever need more? I wish today would never end. Oh, I'll make some tea and bring your canvas and paints. Oh, we'll go walking on the beach.
Some describe this as having a pastoral feel.
No time for anyone's call. No news, no radio on. I wish today would never end.
This will be a bit soft and light for some people's taste, but not for mine.
I know it's not a perfect world, my love. Some days it all can bring you down. But in our minds, let's fly away, my love. Leave these vultures on the ground.
first video I talked about Chris Braide's voice, and it's right up my alley. It's not super technical, but it's just so pleasant on the ears. A short tune, there's about 3 minutes left in this one. Ooh, we're going to get some narration.
Now where did I put those years? I swear I had them here, just now, in the palm of my hand. I was going to give them to you, with a note and a card. I thought I'd given you my word. I must have put them down without thinking, like a set of keys, like the pen with which I was writing that in the twinkling of an eye has gone. All those words unwritten, the truths unsaid, the doors I can't unlock, the hours unshared, the tears unshed, lost to the tyranny of the clock.
They do a fair amount of this on their recent albums. I think that was Chris Braide himself. It's usually a chap called Barney with a great double-barreled surname that I forget off the top of my head. He does a lot of the spoken word on these albums. And this sort of thing usually drives me insane, but somehow with these guys it works for me. Nice guitar solo is also good. Because of course anything could come up, I haven't got instant access to who's playing what, if it's not already lodged up there for me to share with you on this little play. Yeah, well that's a nice first offering. Wonder what will be next. We'll find out any second now. Ooh. Well folks, this is going to be a two-part video, isn't it? That was already a near 7-minute song, and now we're in Kansas, or with Kansas, for Myriad, which just shy of 9 minutes. This is from the Somewhere to Elsewhere album back in 2000, which is kind of an odd one in that Kerry Livgren, who wasn't actually in the band at the time, came back and wrote the whole album. Steve Walsh didn't contribute anything to the writing because he was off making a solo album. And they never actually worked together in the studio. He sent in his vocal files from afar. But it all meshes together very nicely. This is an underrated gem in the latter part of the Kansas catalogue, because it was another 16 years after this before the next one, and the last two have been even better, especially the most recent, which at this point is The Absence of Presence from 2020. But this is proggy and majestic and grand, all the things Kansas fans love. So great lyrics here too, so as we do have an extended intro. I'll pull those up. Had a lot of lyrics for a long song.
Upon the page, symbolic form, both a miracle and yet the norm. The function's clear, some indifference will soon transform. Equations J lies in his hand, voice authority will dance command. Solutions true, line of measure will deepen expand. Whoa, whoa.
Myriad.
See the numbers as they counting down, thousands and thousands of myriad. Form and function to display the sound, line upon line, every melody points the way.
They tried to sell this album as the classic 70s lineup reunited, so
Heaven's gate,
they do have Dave Hope
unknown
listed on this album. I'm not sure how much he plays because current then and now bassist Billy Greer is still on the album as well. I suspect he's doing very good the bass work. I can't swear to it.
See the numbers as they counting down, thousands and thousands of myriad. Form and function to display the sound, line upon line, every melody points the way. Quantities no man can know, no man can know, no formula to feel, no formula to win, no patience left to turn, no choices but to
I believe it's instrumental from here on out. Probably a chorus or two. So only about halfway through the song. Obviously the first track that we listened to from DBA was only 2 or 3 years old, and so all 24 times it's been played have been the only 24 times I've heard it, whereas this one I've had some years before iTunes and certainly got a lot of plays in the old CD format. It's actually one of the first 3 Kansas albums I got. They were from all different decades. We had Point of No Return from 77, of course. The highly underrated In the Spirit of Things from 1988, from the Steve Morse era, and then this from 2000. So I thought they could make 3 great albums, all in different decades. They're probably a band I should check out the rest of the catalogue, which I have done. And they are certainly within my top 5 bands, top 5 American bands, no question. This was released on Magna Carta Records, which is a label that was not really covering my taste. They're mostly metal, I think. But they thought they could make some money out of Kansas, I guess. They didn't. It didn't really sell at all. Should have done. Again, the musicianship within this band is top notch. Got obviously Rich Williams and Kerry Livgren on guitar, isn't it? Into the final 45-second stretch. Okay, pause on the last 2 seconds there because, as I said, this is going to be a two-part video now. So that was part 1, DBA with Today and Kansas with Myriad. Part 2 will probably be shorter. It might be really short, who knows? But I'll get to that very shortly. So I will see you on the next video when and indeed if that ever happens, which it will because I'm literally just carrying on recording it now. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.